So today I woke up with a migraine, and so I didn't really get too much done right away in the morning. I didn't even get up to make Johnny breakfast because of my migraine. I felt so bad about it. So that's why the first video is of just me laying in bed at sunrise. And then I decided that I would go into the lion's den and see if I can be a Daniel. And I was a Daniel, except the only portion that I got to do was in the free-for-all. And then some woman admittedly petty muted me because she got mad at me for using the word gender fluid. Apparently, by feminist logic, it's inappropriate to use that word if you're not gender fluid, which makes absolutely no sense in any universe at all. But yeah, that was her reason. She said, you use an inappropriate word. And I said, what word did I use? And she said, gender fluid. I was like, how is that inappropriate? And she's like, using it in a comment to shame gender fluid people. I'm like, how did I shame gender fluid people? And she's like, your comment was inappropriate. I was like, how? And she just, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I'm going to report this to the founder. And she's like, the founder told me to mute you because of it. I was like, then you all are stupid because I didn't use it inappropriately. Wow. And then I blocked her. And then they kicked me from the group. And I was like, whatever, good riddance, because that group is a feminist cesspool of disease and disgust. Like, for real. Just the vulgar things that Britney woman was saying, I couldn't even post most of what she said. It was too vulgar.
So, today, I upset a lot of feminists. How dare I speak truth? How dare I tell people that murdering babies is wrong? How dare I? I'm so oppressive. How dare I say that men should not deny their women in marriage sex and vice versa? How dare I? I'm totally condoning rape culture. How dare I follow the Bible? I'm so primitive. I'm subservient. Barely even human. Right, feminists? Go sit down and eat, please. Now, see, the problem is I literally spoke biblical truth, and these... No, don't, Logan. I'm trying to talk, and that's very rude to interrupt me by doing that. Seriously. And these feminists thought that it was an abomination to quote scripture. There's even a Catholic woman in there, a Catholic woman saying, this is the type of Christianity that turns people away from Christianity. And I'm thinking to myself, you must be Catholic. Teaching false teachings. Tickling ears. Catholics are without the Father. So in a simple word, bastards. And what I mean by without the Father, I mean without God. Now, these feminists had no idea what that meant when I said it. I literally said, Catholics are without the Father, bastards, right? Just like that. And went right over their head. They're like, I know my father. I grew up with a dad in the home. Right over their head. But I'm stupid. I'm the one that's not educated. I'm not an individual. I don't think for myself, and I have no education. No. Sorry, ma'ams. That is you. Don't worry. Pray. Pray to Jesus. He's the only one that can help you with your ailments. And then this woman went on a tangent about, why doesn't God heal cancer patients? God doesn't like suffering. Just so you guys know, he doesn't cause it. He doesn't like it. It hurts him deeply. However, he can't really do something with someone who isn't a believer. And there are many believers who don't get, healed. And it's unfortunate, but maybe that was the plan. Maybe that's God's purpose in that person's family's life. Maybe their death means something to the outcome of the journey of that family. We don't know. God knows all, sees all, and he's the only one that can determine what is supposed to happen in that person's life. There's a lot of people who do get healed from cancer. Is that God's will? Or was that, by man's medicine? We'll never know. Not until you die and ask God himself. We'll never know. But my Bible says that God has a plan for everyone. That there's a journey and their life choices aren't predetermined. However, there is an outcome for each decision that free will allows you to have. There's consequences to those decisions. That's what the Bible does say. And so, yeah. So, there's that. If you want to take that as some kind of hope. Anyway, most of the time, they just want to blame God because it's just easier. I know this from experience. I blame God for everything. And then I realize that God has no say in what happens in my life. I do. I have free will. I chose to do these certain things which led to this certain outcome, which caused this certain situation, and blah, 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 blah. And it's all because of my decisions. Simple as that. So, I just wish feminists could understand that, but instead they went off on this tangent of how I'm oppressed and can't see it, how I'm enslaved and can't see it, and how Christians like me make Christians look bad, and how when I'm preaching the gospel, it's literally a repellent. Instead of pulling people in, I'm pushing people away. When in fact, if people wanted to know what Christianity was about, I never looked at religion until I was ready to look at religion. So for them to say that I'm the reason, or I'm one of the Christians that's the reason why they decided not to, that's just an excuse. That's just an excuse. They're using blatant lies to excuse their reasons for not looking deeper into religion. Because if they really wanted to, they would. It wouldn't matter what other people do, because every single sect of any kind of organization or belief has their nutters, right? And I knew this going in, that there are extreme Christians, there are extreme Catholics, there are extreme this, there are extreme that, And it never deterred me because I wanted to learn and I wanted to know. So I went and I looked and I searched and I became a Christian because, I couldn't deny the truth.
Lucas, are you helping?
So there was no denying the truth after reading the Bible and realizing that, there is a God, there is a Jesus. So now all I can do is try my best not to sin and try to be a better person each and every single day. That's all I can do. And, I'm human. I'm not Jesus. I don't know why everybody assumes that we have to be Jesus to be considered Christian, but we're human. We sin every day. We sin. It's our nature. The best we can do is try not to sin. And that is the point of being a Christian. You're a sinner, but you want to sin no more, which is why you pray and you ask forgiveness and you keep trying. It's like riding a bike. If you fell once, would you stop trying or would you pray to Jesus? He's the only one that can help you with your ailments. And then this woman went on a tangent about why doesn't God heal cancer patients?
She had such a big issue with me condoning modesty and proper marriage guidelines and whatnot, like it was horrible. Stupid. Just stupid. That Brittany woman is disgusting.
So, I know you can't see my face very much because it's dark where I'm at. I'm in the middle of some woods here. And we were having a barbecue. Now we're just chilling for a bit at the park. Then we're gonna pack up and head home. And I'm probably just gonna end up going to bed. I won't have time to watch Mrs. America because I need sleep to get up at 7:30. So can't really be going to bed too late, and it's already like 9:30. So I have some news. So this group I was in called Parents in Wonderland. I hated the group anyway, but I stuck in there just so that I could screenshot dumpster fire comments and posts and whatnot back in the day. But now it's all like, this looks interesting because they were shaming women. Sorry, scratch that. They were shaming one woman, the transformed wife, because she had posted something that they disagreed with. So they were shaming her, okay? And now in the group guidelines, it states that you're not supposed to shame. It also states that you're not supposed to petty mute anyone. And so I had a discussion where I was like, I believe in God and I follow this woman. She lives by scripture alone. So I don't see anything wrong with what she said, right? And you guys are saying that she should mind her own business. Well, what are you guys doing talking about her behind her back? Why don't you mind your own business and move on? And then they started attacking me. Blah, 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 blah. She believes that if a man forcibly has sex with his wife, that it's not rape. And I said, technically it's not because they're married and she shouldn't be denying him. And then she's like, you're condoning rape culture. I'm like, how? I'm not saying he should rape her. I'm simply saying that when you take your vows by God's law, you are not to deny him and he's not to deny her. That's what it says in scripture, right? And so, and of course they can agree to not have sex for a time, right? It says that in the Bible as well, and I stated that, and then they're like, no, you condone rape culture. I'm like, no, it's very, explicit in the Bible what it says. You can say no for a certain amount of time, but you can't deny him every single time he comes to you and says, I want to make love with you. You can't deny him every single time. And then she's like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, then why would you even get married if you're not willing to have sex with your own husband? Like, that doesn't make no sense, right? And then in a different thread, they tagged me in something, and then I went over there and I was like, oh, this is totally feminist Marxist stuff going on in here. And then they were like, what are you talking about? And they started like trying to troll me. I have all the screenshots. I talked about how feminism is a culture of death by promoting murdering your own children before and after they're born. And then I quoted New York City's policy that was passed through Congress, state legislator. So I quoted it, and then they're like, oh, blah 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 blah, that's your own opinion. I hope you're inviting all the children in foster care into your house. I was like, well, if we had traditional values and we were raised in wholesome households, and women were modest, maybe men wouldn't be running off with other women. Maybe children wouldn't be growing up in fatherless homes. Maybe if women stayed home with their children, men would stick around. You know what I mean? And so then they started attacking me, saying that I was a subservient woman, basically saying I'm not human. I don't have my own individuality. I don't have any thoughts of my own. I get told what to think and feel by my husband. And I laughed so hard. I was like, it was my choice, not his. I chose, and he's happy with my choice. And then she's like, any douche would be. You're literally doing whatever he wants. No, I'm doing whatever the Lord wants. That's what they don't get. Hey! Hey guys, so I'm just gonna head to bed. Ooh, gross. Damn it. Now I have to go wash my hand. I got Vicks on me. Johnny put a thick layer on me, and now there's like a big chunk on my neck. Well, since it's already on me, I might as well just rub that in so it's not just sticking there like that. Gross. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed now after washing my hands, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I'll be up at 7:30 to bake breakfast, so there's that. So I hope everybody had a wonderful Friday. I'll catch you guys here tomorrow, and I'll have a whole thing to talk about because of what happened with the feminists tonight. So the screenshots will be in this video, but then I'm also going to do a whole video topic tomorrow on the feminists and what happened. Lordy. Anyway, they make no sense. They make absolutely no sense, and you'll find out once you read the screenshots. It makes absolutely no sense. Anyway, good night. Love y'all. God bless. Mwah.